What's up everybody, my name is Martin and welcome to a new video. So, this video will be just a little bit different than the videos that I usually do, because 1 year ago on the 6th of June I started my YouTube channel, and ever since I haven't ever done a introduction video. So this will be my introduction video, but first I got a package in the mail, so I'm going to do a unboxing together with you. So let me cut this open. I already know what it is, but I'm very excited. Alright. Let's see. Oh, this is... Oh, nice. Oh, this one is really pretty. Let's see. Maybe you can hear, if you recognize the sound, already what it is. Ready? This is a original World War II German ammunition box. Oh, cool. It still smells old. Alright, let's see the inside. It smells terrible. You can still see the original paint. Of course it's empty. Oh man, this is really beautiful. This is actually my second box. Some rust here and there, but still the original paint on there, as you can see. Quite a lot of rust, sadly, but I'm gonna leave that. I'm not gonna restore this one. Even the leather is still on here. Really beautiful. Super happy with this one. Cool. Okay, so as I was saying, this will be my introduction. Oh, dirty hands. This will be my introduction video, because last year on the 6th of June I started my YouTube channel, and the first video I made was while I was watching Saving Private Ryan. What else can you expect on D-Day? I saw this scene where you can see Captain Miller sitting against the bunker, and he cannot see behind the corner because there is an MG nest on top of the dune. So he takes out his mirror, he takes out his bayonet, he takes out some chewing gum, and he makes it into a device where he can look just around the corner. And I was like, is this even possible? So I tried everything to do myself, and it actually turned out it is possible, but not very likely that it was actually used during the war. If there is any proof that it was done during the war, I really would like to know about that. So yeah, I always introduce myself as Martin. I live in the Netherlands, in Eindhoven. I am 31 years old at this moment, and I started, my interest in World War II started when I was just a small guy. I can't remember where I got this interest. I can't remember when I started to become interested in World War II, but it is something that I'm interested in for as long as I can remember. I first got in contact with reenactment in, I think it was 2014, when I got asked to join the liberation tour from Valkenswaard all the way up to Eindhoven. This same tour was done during the Second World War by the British, I think it was the 3rd Corps. They came from Belgium drove all the way to Eindhoven, and from there on it was supposed to go all the way to Arnhem to make a to go into Germany. So we were sitting in the truck. It was a Dutch 6x6, and I saw all these reenactors around me wearing the M43 uniform from the airborne, and I thought it was super interesting. And I said to myself, well, next year I'm going to do this again, but I will be wearing my own equipment. So that year I started buying my M43 uniform. I got the pants, I got the jacket, I got the equipment, the helmet, I got the shoes, I got the bandoliers, and my entire kit was complete. And the year after I participated again in this tour. So it was really amazing, and you can see all the visitors, they're waving at you, and it was really amazing. But I visited one event afterwards, and I was like, this is not really what I'm looking for. So I sold all my stuff, and about a few months later I still kept my interest in World War II, of course. So then I started buying some small stuff again, and then I was like, yeah, I want to do events again. I want to see what else is out there. So I bought everything new again, which of course was really a dumb idea because I already had everything, so I shouldn't have sold it. So bought everything new again, and I started reenacting again, and this was in 2016, and did one small event that year. In 2017 I visited Santa Fe, and I became a member of the Band of Brothers reenactment group, which is located mostly in the Netherlands, but we also have some Belgian members. And ever since 2017 I am a member of the Band of Brothers reenactment group. Last year I also joined another group which is mostly located in Belgium. They call it the SNAFU, and some members of the Band of Brothers are also members of the SNAFU group, so I already knew quite a lot of guys. In daily life I'm a working guy. I am in the army, and yeah, I tried to read as much as possible about the Second World War. I watched really much videos on YouTube, just to get more and more information every time, because I'm so interested in World War II, and I really love learning about it, especially the personal stories of veterans who are telling their story on YouTube. Also, yeah, I just tried to do as much as research as possible and to get my impression as realistic as possible, because yeah, as you know by now, I am covered in tattoos, so that's not really time accurate. So people are looking at me already, so I have to put just a little bit more effort into it to get my impression as accurate as possible, because as soon as something is off, people notice that, then yeah, they see also my tattoos and they're like, yeah, it's not correct and whatever, you know. So I tried to put as much effort as possible to get my impression as realistic as possible. So like I said, I sold my first uniform. Afterwards I bought some new equipment. I started buying some pocket fillers as well, so I got some books and I got some fake French invasion money, and I got some ration boxes just to fill my pockets and show people during events from, hey, look, this is what people carried around during the Second World War. In 2018 we visited Normandy, so I needed a new uniform, new helmet, and I also wanted to get the accurate equipment because the 506 was known to carry around a pistol belt with rigor-made pouches instead of the regular Garand belt. So I got that as well. I bought some more pocket fillers and I bought the actual cricket, like you know from Bender Brothers. I'm just gonna see if I can find it to show you. So it's this little device you can see right there, or may not see it right there. It says the Acme made in England, and these things are, this one is a reproduction, but they're still made on the actual machines which they made the original ones during the Second World War. And you might know this, that will be your ask call, and in return you get 2 clicks. And this one is really loud. You also get the cheap reproductions, but they're not as loud as this one. So made on the actual machines, but it's a reproduction, so very cool. Yeah, so I got this thing as well for my Normandy impression. Most paratroopers were equipped with these. I got some more stuff again to bring to Normandy. I got the yellow gloves because I also got my hands tattooed, and you can see them widely used during Second World War. In 2018 I also visited my bird town again. I visited quite often, but I noticed that there was a monument from the 30th Infantry Division. They liberated my bird town Maastricht, and so this division has quite a special place in my heart. I bought a M41 jacket. I sew on the 30th Infantry Division badge. I'll show you some of my stuff later on. And I got my entire infantry equipment together with the gaiters and the haversack and so on, so I can also portray infantry. My entire collection is getting quite big already, and I kept buying some more stuff. Some stuff broke, so I had to replace it. On a certain moment I decided I needed a table, so I asked my dad, hey, can you make the folding table, which the Americans used. So he made that for me. I also use that quite often on events. I got some tents so I can sleep during events. I got just some more stuff for during the events, like ration boxes, like the wooden boxes where they put the rations in, or where the cigarettes came in, so I can carry stuff around to the events more easily, not to worry that it will break. And yeah, by now my entire collection is quite decent, I must say. I also collect some German stuff. I have some German uniforms. I wish to portray German reenactment in the future as well, because yeah, it's part of history for me. So yeah, and more stuff will come, of course, in the future. Like I showed you just at the beginning of the video, I just bought this this German ammo can. It's the 3rd one I have already. I also have another one which I sprayed in Normandy camouflage, and I also have a 1915 wooden ammo box. So yeah, more stuff will come as well in the future, which I also will use during reenactment. I also just finished my RAF uniform, and I will make a video about that later on. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned on my channel. So yes, I want to portray or do German reenactment in the future. Sometimes I take my RAF uniform to events as well. Like I said, I am in the Band of Brothers reenactment group and in the SNAFU reenactment group, so that's mostly airborne. With SNAFU we also do sometimes infantry as well. So I try to reenact as often as possible, and do as many events as possible. With the Battle Brothers reenactment group, we often do the Normandy event. I just returned from Normandy actually, so I have a lot of footage coming from that as well. In September we start with the Market Garden events again. In October with the what's it called? The Island reenactment events, because there was the Americans helped the British, because for the Americans the Market Garden mission was quite successful, but the British were having a really rough time in Arnhem, so the Americans helped the British out later on. So the island event will come again. In December I will go to Bastogne again for the Nuts event, which I always really love. You can see a video about that as well on my YouTube account. And yeah, well, there are just some more events that we usually do with the SNAFO group, which are mostly the bit smaller events, but they're also really nice. What I enjoy most from reenactment is that you actually visit locations where a lot has happened during the Second World War. You know, if we go to the drop zones in Zonnebreugel near Best, the paratroopers of the 101st Airborne landed there. There's also another location in Heeswijk where the 501st of the 101st Airborne Division landed, so there are some more drop zones. There are drop zones near Grave and Nijmegen where the 82nd Airborne landed. Of course, the drop zones from the British near Arnhem and Groesbeek. There are a lot of places like Fort Ebenemal, which is next to Maastricht, where the Fallschirmjägers landed in the May days of 1940. Maastricht itself, there's happened a lot. In Eindhoven there's happened, yeah, actually all over Europe, you know. So every time when we go to events we try to visit some places where stuff has happened, and I always really think it's interesting to learn more about those locations and to actually see the locations where people have been fighting, where people have been sitting in foxholes, eating their rations, doing their stuff to just get through time, because being in the army and being in war is mostly waiting, so people get bored and try to figure out stuff to pass the time until they have to go fighting again, you know. But also where people have been killed due to rifle fire or artillery fire. So yeah, that's really interesting to learn and to see those locations. What else is interesting is meeting actual veterans, to hear their stories, yeah, just to thank them for what they did during the war. They have been fighting for our freedom, and some paid the highest price for it. And that's also one of the things that I'm really interested about is visiting the cemeteries, because all those men who are lying there, especially the British and American, Canadian, Polish cemeteries, which are near here, they all fought for our freedom, you know. But I also really am interested to visit the German cemeteries, because they're a part of history, and it is just insane to see how many people are buried there. It's just hard to even imagine how immense the entire scale of the Second World War must have been. So yeah, that are some of the most interesting things to me for reenactment. Of course, I like sitting around the camp and doing stuff to show the visitors what it would have been like during that time, and doing the drills like marching and rifle exercise and stuff. But to me, that is not the most important thing for what I do and what I'm interested about. So, like I said, I live in Eindhoven in the Netherlands, and we mostly, or to me, the most interesting region of the war is, of course, Europe. There's also been fighting in the Pacific, but it's way too far away from where I live and what I can actually see. So that's not really that does not really have my interest. There's been a lot of stuff going on in the area where I live and where I come from, so that is what has my most interest. We also do reenactment mostly in Europe, or especially in Europe, like the events that I said earlier on, but also we visit Normandy, and sometimes some folks go to the UK to do some RAF reenactment events over there, and I really wish to go there in the future as well, because in 1940 the Battle of Britain was on, so I really like to take my RAF uniform and go to the UK to visit a Battle of Britain event. On my YouTube channel I like to do a variety of things, so you can see videos about metal detecting, I do videos about how to make helmets, American M1 helmets and German Stahlhelm or Fallschirmjäger helmets alike. I'm going to do some more gear videos in the future as well, how to make it look proper. I like to visit locations, like I said, so there are quite a lot of videos about that as well. More of that will come also in the future. And one of the most interesting projects that I did was about a sergeant who fought in the war named Bryson Hoffman. You might have seen that video already. If you haven't, please check in the comments or check down below, and there you'll find the link to that video. I got contacted via Instagram by Bob Wright, who lives in the United States, and he told me that his uncle fought during the Second World War in Europe. And I asked, have you ever been able to visit Europe and to visit your uncle who fought and died here? And he said no, so I helped him out as much as possible, trying to find locations where his uncle have been fighting and possibly died. And also I visited the grave from Bryson Hoffman, and it was such an amazing day. To look around the area where he might have been walking, and the villages where he's been stationed. I found that on morning reports, and I got in contact with a guy from the 18th Infantry Division website. So together with them I tried to get as much information as possible about Bryson Hoffman, and yeah, to go to the cemetery at the end of the day and standing in front of the grave, it was such an incredible moment. I got silent, and it's been 6 months since I started doing the research and eventually standing there, knowing that everything that all the effort that you put into it came to that moment was such an incredible moment. I really love to do those kinds of projects in the future as well. So if you know someone who wants to learn more about their family who have been fighting during the Second World War in Europe, and you're not able to come here by yourself, or you are able to come here by yourself but you wish to visit some places where your family has been fighting or has been stationed during the Second World War, please contact me. I wish to do as much as possible research and like to make a video about that so you can share it with your family, and yeah, it just gives me an amazing feeling that I can do that for you. So if you want to get that done by me, please contact me. Projects that I have coming are, or videos that I have coming are, of course, the video from videos from Normandy, where I just came back from. I got my RAF uniform complete, so I want to make a video about that in the future as well. I'm going to make a really interesting video about Maastricht, visit some locations where the 30th Infantry Division has been fighting, also show you some before, some photo, some original photos, and the locations these days. So that's gonna be a really amazing project. I got a Truppenrad, which is a German cycle, which was used during especially during the beginning of the war. So I got that project going on as well. I'll finish that video quite soon actually, so I can upload that. And yeah, some more metal detecting videos, of course, and like I said, some videos to show you how to improve your impression. So stay tuned for that. So I think this will be the end of the video. I've been telling quite a lot about myself, where my interest came from, the things that we do during reenactment, what is most interesting to me, and the things that I have coming for you in the future. If you have any questions, please ask down below in the comments. If you like this video, please leave a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and then I will see you in the next video. Thank you very much for watching, and have a nice day.
I